Hey, Blue Table fans, I'm here with brilliant and talented BTP painter artist Julie.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
I was actually holding back.
Brilliant, huh?
Yeah, you are brilliant, Julie.
Great.
It's really our good fortune to have you on board.
Thank you.
All right, so anyway, so she just came in with this Vampire Counts army, and I'm only going to show you a few pieces for it, but this one really caught my eye, and I really wish I could tell you what range this is. Maybe someone can tell me where this figure comes from. And so, Julie, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the figure and the elements that you included and the colors that you used.
Well, he wanted like a silky purple, so I actually painted the cloth like blue and then put a purple wash over it. That way the blue would show through. And then highlighted it with that blue, that same somber gray actually.
Okay.
And then added a lot of white to really bring the highlights out. And a little bit of gore and blood and highlighting the silver. Let's see, what else? Added a lot of purple to his face to make it look almost white, but obviously it's not white.
Right.
But it really stands out.
Well, this is really something else, Julie.
Oh,
I'm sure anyone would be proud to have this in their collection, and certainly worthy to be put on display. So let's take a look at a few other things real quick. Next up is a unit of Vargeists, and this is an absolutely great unit to have in your Vampire Counts army. They can march, so they can definitely keep up and even go in advance of the main force. So these guys obviously are painted in very earth tone colors. So Julie, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the process here.
Okay, that's just, there's really not a whole lot to it. I shouldn't say that, should I?
No, it's, everybody disregard what Julie is saying. Painting these figures is incredibly difficult, and you shouldn't attempt it yourself.
That's right.
You should have us do it. Leave it to the pros. Okay, go ahead.
That's right, but basically black primer with reddish brown primer over it, and then dry brushing with Tierra Earth, and more heavily on the skin than the wings. The wings were really lightly.
Okay.
And you can see variations of color. I didn't spray it really evenly because that way you can see a little bit.
Okay, so for example, if you look on this wing over here, you can really see that rust color showing through.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a subtle undertone. Yeah, a lot of the figures that we do are oversprayed with this rust color.
Yeah.
And I think it gives it kind of a nice earth tone. And so it's not just black shadows, it kind of has this sort of, I don't know, like a warm sensation to it. Yeah. So this is Vallejo Earth on the skin here?
Tierra Earth.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
Is that, yeah.
Well, Tierra is Earth in Spanish, because they're labeled in English and Spanish.
Okay.
So it's just Vallejo Earth. Anyway, okay, great. Anything else on these guys?
And then just highlighted with a dark sand, kind of, to really bring out, you know, especially like on their faces. You can see the highlights on their faces.
There we go. Okay, great. Well, they're certainly very striking, and they definitely have kind of this primordial, you know, earthy appearance. You know, like they've been hanging out in graveyards a lot. All right, let's do the next set. We have some Black Knights, and these seem to have a lot of the same elements as the general, but maybe you can talk a little bit about the composition here as well.
Okay. For the silver, he really wanted an older, worn look, not brand new. So it's really not very bright at all. It has a black wash as well as a brown ink on it to make it a little more dingy. And the same thing with these as I did with the, what are these called?
Vargeists.
Vargeists. They were primed with the red, and so a little bit of the red actually shows through with on the silver, barely. In some spots you can see it because it's just dry brushed with silver. So some parts are a little more heavily than the other ones.
Okay, great. And same thing with the purple silky stuff on these as well. And these actually are 2 levels lower than the general, so if anything, Julie can't help herself, and She likes everything to be consistent. So if you ever commission Julie, commission one level 7 figure and then everything else at level 2.
Yeah,
and
right.
Mentally, she won't be able to get past that they're different. She'll just paint everything to a high quality for practically free.
Yeah.
Thanks. Awesome. Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'm making $3 an hour. No, I'm
that's
just
right.
kidding.
It's like, darn you, minimum wage.
Yeah.
All right. No, seriously. Thanks, folks, for tuning in. And thank you, Julie, for being here with us.
Sure.